we're going to make use, so if you see on your Zoom feature, there should be a Q&A section. We will make use of that today. So just, yeah, make sure you use the Q&A, and we're not going to unmute ourselves today. So hello, everybody. My name's Madeline. I am an enrollment coordinator. So my role is to help you all with your applications. So I'm super excited for you all to be here. And I work with students in Southern Texas and a few other Southern states. And I'm joined by my colleagues, Nicole, Skylar, and Chandra, and Britt. I would have you all introduce yourselves, but since we started late, I think we'll just get it started. But all my lovely colleagues also helped with the process of study abroad. So we're excited for y'all to be here. And so I'm going to share my screen. Share. Can everybody see my screen?
Yep, looks good.
Awesome. So what we're going to do today, I'm just going to spend about 20 minutes going over the application. At the end, we're going to do a Q&A. Please, everybody, make note that we're only answering questions about the application process. At the end, I can, or if somebody has the link right now, they could put it in the chat maybe, but I can put a link in the chat to one of our prior meetings where we gave a presentation overview, but today is just going to be application. So if you have questions that are not application related, I ask that you please email us for those questions. So just getting started. So this application that I have open is a merit and financial need application. So keep in mind that if you are a non-scholarship applicant or if you're applying for a merit-only application, your application may look differently. I just chose this application because it has the most tasks. So immediately when you open an application, it will ask you if you're applying for a scholarship, so it can generate your tasks in your task list. And so right now I'm a sophomore today, and so I chose merit and need, so now I have all of these tasks. Going through the tasks, so first we have contact information. In this task, we need you to state not only your information, but the information of 2 legal guardians. Of course, people are working on their applications right now, so it's going to be slow loading things. So hopefully this loads, but in this task, so here you'll see that I would select who I currently live with, and then I'll put my street address. Your street address has to match the address of your primary emergency contact. This is the person that you would live with. So mom, dad, legal guardian. You're gonna put your information. Make sure your phone number is your phone number. I have a lot of students that put their parents' phone number, and it's really important that it's your phone number. So that way, when we need to message you about student related things, it goes straight to you. Of course, if you don't have a phone number, you can put mom or dad's number. And then whoever you live with, if you live with both mom and dad, you could choose one of them as your primary emergency contact. And so you'll put their email, their name, your relationship to them. And the most important part is that you put a unique phone number. So it can't be the same phone number as your secondary contact, and it can't be the same number, or it's preferably not the same number as you. And then secondary emergency contact, you do the same thing. If the secondary contact doesn't have to be somebody that you live with or lives in the home. So it could be an older sibling, a grandparent, a family friend, whoever we can get in contact secondary to your primary contact. And so then you just got to make sure that it's a unique phone number. So that's that. It's pretty straightforward. And the next task would be our terms and conditions. This is to be signed by your legal guardian. So you would put your parents' email in this task. If I put their email, then I'd click search, and then it would, because you filled out this contact information task, it will populate your parents' name, and then you're gonna put their phone number, add your parent, and then you'll click, ideally I would click continue, and then submit my submit that task. Once you submit this task, it will automatically send an email to your parent and or legal guardian. So check with them to make sure they receive the email. Sometimes it goes to spam or junk. At this point, a lot of people probably have already completed this. So parents on the line, if you haven't completed this task yet, talk with your student to make sure they submitted your email and name so they can get that done. When you get an email, it's going to send you your login information to log into your own personal my.ciee account. And so you're going to log into an account that looks just like this one, but it will say your name as the parent. And when you go into the home section, you'll see legal guardian signatures and you'll be able to complete that. So like I said, just check with your student to make sure they completed that on their end. For students, you're also going to sign the terms and conditions. So you can view that here. And then it's a pretty long document, so just make sure you view it. And then you're going to type your name, save and close, and then you would have signed it in your account. Moving on for let's get to know you. So this task is exactly like it says, let's get to know you. So you're going to hopefully it loads, but you're going to put some personal information about yourself, like your name, your pronouns, gender orientation, your preferred name, like if you have a nickname or you have another name that you prefer to be called by. This is also the section where if you have any housing requests, there's a section that's going to ask you in this tab for your housing requests. So like if you have any like allergies. I believe one of the questions asks if you're allergic to dogs or cats and you want to be in a home or an environment that doesn't have dogs or cats. You also can potentially ask for a roommate. Please keep in mind for all my language and culture applicants that we are preferring for you not to room with somebody that you know, because you will be in an immersion experience and we want you to speak the target language in the home. So we might not be able to accommodate that, like requesting a roommate, but you can put it in here and we'll take it into consideration. You're also going to put your t-shirt size because you're going to get a t-shirt in the spring should you be confirmed onto program to help us find you at the airport, and you get to have like a nice little souvenir. So just make sure you put your t-shirt. We also want to know things about you, want to know your interests, your hobbies. So yeah, this whole task is pretty self-explanatory. You're just going to answer some questions about yourself. Moving on to the financial needs specific, this is probably my most asked question today. But in this, so for the financial needs specifics, this is only applicable to my merit and financial need applicants. So anybody who's not applying for a financial needs scholarship, you could just tune your ears out for right now. But in these two tasks, so we need your parents' IRS 1040 tax forms from either 2022 or 2023. In this financial needs specifics task, there's going to be a few questions related to what's in those forms. We only need the first 2 pages, and you're going to answer the questions based off of, so you see like household member, income. So you're going to answer all of these questions based off of that form. And you can click this link to see exactly what questions or what boxes to look at. For the documents, the supporting documents, this is where you upload the copy of that 1040 form. You can X out your social security number, you can X out your address and all that. Your personal information we don't need to see. We just need to see the student's name listed as the dependent, the household number, okay, here we go. The income, and there's also a section that says stated family contribution. This is how much you can realistically put towards the program tuition. We also want you to acknowledge that airfare is not included in our tuition, so you'll just sign yes that you acknowledge that. And then, like I said, this is where you'll submit that. If you do not have your 1040 tax form from 2022 or 2023, please click this link. It's going to give you some acceptable documents that you can submit instead. Essentially, you have to submit your free and reduced lunch form and one of these documents, SNAP, welfare, etc. So that is what is required for this specific task. So moving on, we also have the GPA and academics. This task is just putting your GPA. And if you've taken a AP course or honors or dual enrollment class at all in your high school career, you're going to put that there that you've taken that. So that's pretty self-explanatory. And then moving on, attached to that, we want you to upload your academic transcript. So if I have any freshmen who are on the call right now, since of course you would have just started, hopefully at this point you have your progress report from first semester. So you'll submit that as well as your report card from 8th grade. So you'll submit those two. For anybody who is older than freshmen, so sophomore through senior, you're just going to submit your transcript that shows your entire high school career so far. And so, yeah, that's what you'll submit for that. And it just has to include your cumulative GPA, your classes that you've taken, and your name, of course. So you'll submit that. And then the next task, program interest. This is only applicable to merit and financial needs scholarships again. And so, as you hopefully know, for the financial needs scholarship, you would list your top 3 programs that you're interested in. Now, I gotten a lot of questions about this. Please make sure that at least 2 of these 3 are language and culture programs. The reason why that's really important is because 90% of our scholarship fund goes towards language and culture programs. So that means like if you put all programs that are not language and culture, you're going to have a very, very, very low chance of getting into a program. If you have a question of what language and culture programs would look like, here is a link. So if you go to our program search page, we have these lovely filters. And one of the filters into study is language. So if you submit search, here you'll find we have 25 language and culture programs available that you can choose from that would be applicable to put in that program interest section. So I'll put this in the chat. Hopefully you all can view it and save this. Here's that link to this. And like I said, make sure that at least 2 of your programs are language and culture programs, and 1 could be a non-language and culture program. What I mean by non-language and culture program is we have STEM programs, we have arts programs, we have, what else? We have service programs. So we have a ton of non-language and culture programs as well. To know if it's a language and culture program is it will literally say language and culture in the title. So Spanish language and culture, French language and culture, make sure you choose 2. If you are interested in our French or Spanish programs, you have to have at least a year's worth of that course, so French or Spanish, to take that program. So in your transcript, we'll have to see that you've taken at least a year's worth. And in high school, so I know some folks will say like, I've taken Spanish in middle school, does that count? You do have to have taken it in high school. Now, if you are confident in your abilities, you can also test into the program. And I'll put our email in the chat. You could talk to one of our enrollment coordinators about how to do that. But you basically have like a 15-minute conversation with one of our French or Spanish speakers, and they would see if you would be eligible to be in the program. So yeah, that's that task. And then also too, if you would be available for both session 1 and session 2, essentially session 1 is the month of June and session 2 is the month of July. If you're available for both of those times, you can put that you're available for both to give you some more, reach to the different programs available. And the next task is language experience. You'll find this on a financial need application as well as a merit only application. In this task, you're just going to put if you've taken any French classes, if you've taken any Spanish classes. Like I mentioned, you have to have at least a year's worth of French or Spanish to be in one of those programs. So this is where we're going to ask you about that. And then if you communicate in any other language, like if you're fluent in Mandarin, you're fluent in Japanese, this would be the place to put that. Or if you've taken coursework in that, that'd be the place to put that. And then, so the next task would be the ID style photo upload. This is just a headshot of you in front of a white background. It does not have to be official. So if you have like a white wall or a cream wall in your house, you can just take a quick photo and upload it. So super casual, nothing like if you don't have to go to a passport office and take a photo. And then the next task, do you have a passport? Simple as that. You're just going to put yes or no if you have a passport. Now, if you're currently getting your passport, like you have an appointment coming up or you're waiting for it in the mail, the answer is still no. The reason why is because we want to know if you have it right now. So the answer would still be no. And then if I click no, you'll see that it's going to ask you for the appointment date. If you don't have your appointment date yet, just put an estimated date that you plan to set that appointment. Everybody should be thinking about this right now for your passport, because last year we had so many delays. Obviously, we're coming out of a pandemic, so the passport offices are swamped. So we want to make sure that you're getting your passport early so you don't have to stress about getting that last minute. The next 3 tasks are your short essays. For my merit, my academic merit only applications, as well as our merit and financial need applications, this is the chance for the review team to really get to know you. So really take these seriously, approach it like it's a college essay. They're 300 to 600 words. You're not allowed to use any of the AI like tools to create your essay. So just make sure that you're not using that Grammarly or like Word or something like that. That's fine, but just don't use like an AI tool to create your essay. And like I said, it's 300 to 600 words. Make sure you answer all parts of the question. Of course, it's we might not have time. You might not have time to get feedback from like a teacher or a friend, but maybe have a parent look over it to give you some feedback, so you know that you have some feedback on those. So all 3 of those are self-explanatory. That's how you approach them. Teacher recommendation. Now this is important. So hopefully at this point, we're on the deadline date. It's 8 something at night. Hopefully you've already requested a teacher recommendation. Hopefully this is already completed and you don't have to worry about this. If you have not, this is something that you want to prioritize. If you can get in touch with a teacher to complete this, or even a mentor. I know we were accepting that for some students. So a teacher or a mentor who can write a recommendation for you. Basically, they should be able to speak to your strengths as a student. This is important. So as you're hopping off this call, if you know that you have not done this, you really need to prioritize this. So that way your teacher and or mentor has time to complete this by the deadline. And then, and just so you know, you're gonna put their email, their name, Mr., Mrs., whatever, and then their organization. If they're not part of an organization, you click that and click continue. And when you confirm this task is complete, then it's gonna automatically send your teacher an email with instructions on how to complete the teacher recommendation. They complete it very similarly to your parents. So they're gonna log into their teacher account and complete your recommendation. Like I said, if this is something you know you have not done at this point, please prioritize this. And then the next task would be, how did you hear about us? So just tell us, how did you hear about CIEE? If anybody is an alum to the program, let us know. Or if you have a sister or brother who traveled on our program, let us know. We do have a sibling discount, so that's important. And then application fee, we do have an application fee of $25 and it is non-refundable, so keep that in mind. And then we also have our essential eligibility criteria. It's about a 3-page document that just lists like the details of a student who'd be most successful on this program. So you want to make sure you review this. We have a student signature and we also have a parent signature. So it's going to be similar to those terms and conditions I mentioned earlier. Alrighty, so that was a quick rundown. Also, if you have forgotten this, you also have to read all of your readings. If you can't read them all tonight, at least open them so the system knows that you've looked at it and then you can read them later. But we have some great readings about how to do that photo ID, the college credit that's available for our language programs, pocket money, home stays, all of that. So make sure you look at those readings as well. But that is the end of my very quick rundown. Sorry it was so fast. I'm not sure if there's already questions, Nicole or Skylar, that have come up as I was speaking. Let me pull up the Q&A.
I think there's a few questions just about the likelihood of getting into a thematic program if they apply for a scholarship versus not applying for a scholarship?
So I would say very low. And I know that can be frustrating if you really have your like heart set on a thematic program, but unfortunately, like I said, 90% of our scholarship funds go to language and culture programs. It's something that we're really passionate about as an organization. And so, like I said, I put the link in the chat. If you're taking a language right now, or if you're interested in learning a language, like I said, only our Spanish and French programs require prerequisite. So if you're just interested in learning Italian, you can learn Italian. So it's not to deter you from listing at least one thematic program, but you do need to list 2 language programs if you want to have a good chance to receive a scholarship. Hopefully that answers that question. Was there any other themes of questions? I could also just look at the Q&A.
There was someone wondering about not being able to sign the legal guardian forms. So could you explain the process for how that works? Because I know the PACS has to start it from their own portal, and I think a lot of parents have been a little confused about that.
Yeah, so yes, that's a good question. So the student does need to do it from their own portal. If you as a parent or if you haven't seen the email, there could be a good chance that your student did not put your email in here. So you want to make sure that your student put your email, your name, and submitted that task so that way you could receive the email with instructions to log into your account. Now, there's a good chance your student did this like back in November or December. So the email would have come from hsabroad@ciee.org. So you can search your mail or your junk mail to find the email, but it does need the steps is for your student to submit your email and name, then you receive the email. Then from the email, you log into your parent portal account at my.ciee.org, which that email will give you the full instructions. So hopefully that answers that. I guess I can just go to the Q&A. So
Linda is raising her hand real quick. Sorry.
Sure. Do we want to do raise of hands, Nicole or Skylar?
I think it's manageable. I think you could give it a shot.
Okay. All right, Linda, I see your hand raised. If you want to unmute.
I think we
Linda
have to unmute her.
Lopez.
Hold on, let me find her.
Oh, okay. I think I just asked to unmute. Okay.
Hello? Yes, you
Hello.
can hear me? Oh, yes. Good. Yes. Hello, everyone. Thank you for everything. We already did all the information that you already told us. I have a question. We already sent it in November, everything. My question is, when we're going to go ahead and know if we're going to go ahead and have the scholarship.
The acceptance decision? Okay.
Yes, the decision, yes.
Yes, good question. So, yeah, once you've submitted, you're good to go. You would have made the deadline if you submit tonight by midnight. And you'll hear back from us in late February. Typically, the last week of February is when you'll get that email. So you'll hear back from us in late February, and we'll let you know if you were accepted into the program, what program you were accepted to, and the scholarship amount. Now, this is applicable to merit and financial needs scholarships. If you have an academic merit scholarship, then you will find out in about 1 to 2 business days, maybe 3 to 5 because it's been a busy deadline week. And so be on the lookout soon for an email about the decision if you're applying for a merit-only scholarship.
Okay, so we're going to receive an email, right? On the end of February.
End of February if your student is applying for the financial needs scholarship. Is that the case?
Yes, yes.
Okay, Great. So yeah, find out at the end of February. Keep an eye on your email. We might give you a follow-up call too. So just keep an eye.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much.
Of course. All right. So now we have Ella, if you want to go. Ella Burgos.
Hi. I was just wondering when the what is the percentage for like acceptance? And should I tell you what I'm doing or
So are you applying for a financial needs scholarship?
no.
Okay. Maybe Nicole could also chime in on this one, but
Yeah, yeah, sure. So in regards, did you apply for merit only?
For what?
What type of scholarship are you applying for?
Merit.
Merit. So it depends on the number of merit applicants that we have. We have a certain amount of scholarship money to award for the merit awards. So it really depends on the number that we have apply. Generally, in the past couple of years, we've always had enough scholarship money to pretty much award all of those who qualify and are eligible. So to be eligible for a merit award, that is based on your application and your grades. So it really just depends on that evaluation.
Okay,
Hope
sounds
that
good.
answers your question.
Yeah.
awesome. Thank you, Nicole. All right, so Anna Clara Dutra, if you want to unmute, I'll ask you to unmute. Beautiful.
Hi. So I don't know why, but mine application form looks a little bit different. Like I don't have financial supporting documents, I don't have program interest. So like you were showing some things that I was like, I don't know what is this. I don't have this on my page.
So the type of application that I'm showing is the merit and financial need application. Are you applying for a merit financial need scholarship?
For merit.
Okay, so that's why it looks different. So because you're applying for the merit, you're not going to see the financial tasks, you're not going to see the program interest.
Okay.
So it's going to look a little different.
Okay. And also, one more question about the ID photo. Can I add my background to be white? I sent a picture to one of the ladies that I was talking to, for her to see if it's okay, but she didn't respond me yet.
Yes, I'm not sure because of the time right now. I'm not sure if they're going to be able to respond. But if you just have a photo like this, let's say this was a photo and I wanted to make all of this white, that's fine.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, just one more question. Can my transcript be from November?
If that's the most recent transcript that you have access to getting, then yeah, that's fine.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Julia Thorndike Root. You want to go next? Oh, let me ask you on mute.
Hi, I was just wondering, I also had a question about my transcript. So my school, they don't give us our full transcripts on our portal that we can see them all on. I just have my most recent report card that has my cumulative, and that was at the end of my sophomore year, so I don't have my most recent report card. Can I use the one from last year?
And you said, sorry, you said you're a freshman right now?
I'm a junior, but I have my sophomore last term report card, and it's my GPA is not updated, but that's the only one that has my cumulative.
So, we just need your most recent transcript. I have had students say that the most recent one they can get is from last year, which is fine. We just need the most recent one that you have access to.
Okay, and it's okay if my GPA isn't completely updated?
I believe so. Because if that's all you have access to, then that's fine.
Okay.
The reviewers will probably notice the difference between the GPA on the task and on your transcript. So they might ask about it, but it should be fine. You can submit
Okay.
from last year.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. And then Julia Starobanets. Sorry if I butchered your name, but you're next.
Hi, I have a couple of questions. One, during the program, how much supervision, because my daughter is sophomore, how much supervision do they have during commute from where they live to the actual program? During commute,
So-
during lunch, dinner, that sort of thing, prior, quiet time, free time.
That is a great question. Because this is an application webinar, I want to get to some application questions, but I did just put in the chat our email. If you want to just email that question to us, and then our enrollment coordinators, when they see it this week, they can respond back.
Sounds great. One more question because it has to do with application. Passport expiration date. How long after the trip does the passport need to be active?
That's a good question. Yes, like Nicole said, 6.
6.
Yeah, 6 months. Sorry, I forgot to mention that. But your passport does need to be valid at least 6 months after the program date. Perfect. Awesome. I think that answered your question. So then, Renee Kamaru, you want to go next?
Hi. So I was gonna ask, since you said that language and culture will get like 99% of the scholarships, how much coverage can you get if it's not language and culture?
Okay, so the scholarship funds, we award $6 million in scholarships every year to our high school summer abroad applicants. 90% of that fund goes to language and culture programs. So basically what we're saying is most of our scholarship funds go to language and culture applicants. But that doesn't have impact on how much of a scholarship you would receive if you got into a program. Does that make sense? No? Yay? Nay?
Yeah.
Maybe somebody can explain it better than me, Skylar or Nicole.
Yeah, so the amount you receive is solely tied to your level of financial need that's indicated on your tax forms or similar income verification. So we look at your application, we score it, we say, yes, this student scored high enough to receive a scholarship. This is the program we're awarding. Maybe you're lucky, you get your topic choice, or maybe we have to look at your language and culture choices since that's what our funds are mostly reserved for. Then we look at your level of financial need to determine how much to award you. So it's not that we give less for the topic programs, it's just that fewer of our scholarships will go toward those programs. Only 10% of our scholarship recipients will get awarded for topic.
Yes,
Okay, thank you.
that was a beautiful way of describing it. Thank you, Skylar.
Madeline, could you just cover, I think there's a confusion between the terms and condition task and the essential eligibility criteria legal guardian acknowledgement. Can you cover those two? Because I think a lot of parents are asking about those two tasks. Which one is it where they just electronically sign, and which one is it where they have to download and sign and put back?
So yes, so actually both of the tasks you electronically sign, both of the terms and conditions, and so the terms and conditions and the essential eligibility criteria, they're both electronic signatures. I mentioned how like the parent will go into their parent portal. When you open it, you should see both of those signatures that need to be completed. So they're both signed the same way. They're just two different things. The terms and conditions just gives like our cancellation policy, liability, all of that legal, and then the essential eligibility criteria, it's a 3-page document. It talks about criteria for a successful student on our program. So they're two different signatures, but you will sign them both electronically. Does that make sense?
And your student has to start the process by going into their own portal and entering your email address into the task for the essential eligibility criteria. legal guardian acknowledgement and for the CIE terms and conditions. After your student
Yes.
enters your email, you will then receive an email for instructions on how you can sign it from your own portal. If they have not put your email in, you won't be able to click on it and sign it. So you won't see that it's a blue box because it won't be active for you.
Yes, thank you so much. Yes,
Thank you. That
that's
covered.
awesome, awesome. And I have found a few students where they put the email for the terms and conditions, but they forgot to do so for the legal guardian acknowledgement. So just make sure your student did both. Awesome. And then next was Maria Lara, if you want to unmute.
Yes, I did ask the question, but I'm not sure about the answer. It's just because you said on the application about the passport to be no, and I think we did say yes. And then I know we have to renew the passport, and I wanted to know if how long before the trip we have to have the passport ready.
So I'd like to jump in here. So if you have a passport, even if it's going to expire, you can put, yes, I have a passport. Madeline, if you want to open up that task, we can just take a look at it. If we have a yes, and then it will say, please have, so yes, so if you have a passport, you have a passport. But in regards to having it renewed, since you are hoping to travel and you've applied, my recommendation is to submit it now. I would not wait until the student has been accepted, because by that time it could be March, and we have seen in the past things have gotten better, but last year there was a very long wait for even renewals, and you don't want to be in a situation where you're paying extra fees to have it done faster. So my recommendation is to send it in now.
Yes, I did send it for renewal like some maybe 3 weeks ago.
Okay, that's great.
I was just thinking because I haven't checked when is that we're gonna get it back, and then
that's okay. You'll have time. You have time now.
Okay.
That's a good. I mean, by the time you get the acceptance, you have plenty of time. I would, you're giving yourself. You're giving yourself a good, 3 to 4 months, which is good.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah, and on our side of it, we just need your pass. Ideally, April would be a great time to have your passport, but we know it doesn't work like that. So we just need to have you just need to have your passport by the time you leave. So hopefully that answers your question. And then Crystal White, if you want to go.
Just jumping on the passport question. I do plan on renewing it, but if it expires in August, it still needs to be renewed before they leave, right?
Yes.
Okay. Just double checking. Thank you.
Yeah, no worries.
Yes, I was just at the airport around the holidays, and the person in front of me checking in, the passport expired even a few weeks after she was planning to come back to the US, and they would not let her board the plane. So it's not our rule, it's the consulate, the embassy's rule. So we would hate for students not to be able to board or not be able to go. So we do encourage you to renew those as soon as you can.
Yes, that's a good point, Skylar. Don't risk it because you think it's just our rule. It actually is like the airport's rule. But yeah, Sita Lochin, sorry if I mispronounced your name, but if you want to go.
Hi, I was just wondering if you're not applying for any scholarships, if you still have to complete the application by today.
No, so today is the scholarship deadline. So if you're not applying for scholarships, you do have time to complete your application. With that being said, I would complete it as soon as possible, because as soon as we start handing out those scholarship awards, spots in the programs are going to become very limited. So, and if you're wanting to go to Japan, I would definitely do that as soon as possible.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, of course. Gabby
Adeline,
Henriquez. Oh,
can you
sorry.
just give them an example of an unofficial transcript? I know there's several ways to get an unofficial transcript, but what you recommend to students?
Yes. So, I wish I had one on hand, but an unofficial transcript, basically what it would look like is it should be um, a list of all of your courses you've taken so far. It should have your GPA. I know some folks are doing a report card because they're a freshman, so that might not have your GPA, but it should have your GPA and have your name, your grade. Usually it's on like some type of school's letterhead, but it what it means by unofficial is typically you have to pay for an official transcript and it'll have like some type of certification saying it's official. For unofficial, it'll probably say unofficial. So that's fine. We don't need an official transcript that you pay for. Hopefully that answered or described it well. But yes, Gabby Henriquez, if you want to go.
Hi, so I had a question about the financial supporting documents. So I know that you have to submit the 1040, but that like includes my social like security number of everyone in my household. So I was wondering like what specifically you need from that document.
So we need the first 2 pages of the document, but you can scratch out, block out, black out the social security. We don't need your social security number. We just need the like other information in the document.
Okay, so it's just mainly like how much like the household is making and like basically like the the things that are on like the the form before.
So here, right here, if you go into financial needs specifics and you click IRS form 1040, it'll show you what we need. So we need to see first name, we need to see your name listed as a dependent, we need to see these boxes. So actually it's just the first page, I believe, that you need to submit. But yeah, these are the things we need to see on the form. Everything else that's not highlighted can be blocked out if you want to block it out.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah, of course. Awesome. And then Varvara, I'm sorry, I think I'm gonna mess up your last name, but I'm gonna let you go. Sorry.
Oh, it's okay. You actually pronounced my first name correctly. I was wondering, yeah, I was wondering, I have already submitted my form, but I still got a message on my messages, and both of my parents got the message that I still have one thing missing, even though it says that it's completed and I have 0 things missing. Do you know why that could be?
It could be a variety of things. It could be it could be like maybe the teacher recommendation wasn't filled out. That could be it. Maybe your parents forgot a signature, or I have had a couple people receive that message in error. What I would do is just go ahead and email us at that email I put in the chat and see, you can have your enrollment coordinator check to see what that's about.
Where can I find the email?
Oh, I'm gonna put it in the chat again, but there should be like a chat feature on your Zoom screen.
Oh, okay, I see it. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Awesome. And
Thank you.
then, yeah, you're welcome. And then Jemiah Owens, if you want to go next. Oh wait, never mind. Oscar Blackbird, if you want to go next. Oh, let me ask you to unmute. Okay, there you go.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, so I just had a question about the tax form, the 1040. I was wondering, does it need to be like a digital PDF type of copy, or would like a picture of it be acceptable?
So preferably a PDF, but if you can't do a PDF, you can take a picture. It just we need to be able to be like read it all.
Yeah.
A little trick I've told some students is there's an app on, I believe it's iPhone and Android, but it's called Genius Scan. I'll try to like endorse them or anything, but basically I like this app because you can use your camera phone to scan a document. So if you have the capacity to download that, that'd probably be an easier way to scan it.
Okay.
Actually,
And
you
on,
can also do it right in your notes on an
yeah.
iPhone. So you don't even need an
Oh,
app. In the notes, you can hit the scan option and do it that way and email straight from your phone.
Okay. Thank you.
that's cool. Thank you, Kiara. Awesome. Well, you got a couple options. Okay, Julia Thorndike Root, if you want to go.
So I was just wondering, because like on the application, there's like those arrows at the top, and like only one is like orange for me right now. Does that mean I have like more tasks to fill out, or is that just like something different?
What do you mean by orange?
Like that
Like,
little, yeah, like that. Is there like, and some of them are blank. I don't know if that's like, that means I have like more pages to go, or if that's just like, um, I don't know, just like there for graphics.
usually it's kind of more for us. This tells you where you are in the application process.
Oh,
What you
okay.
want to pay attention to is your to-do list. If you see everything is complete, um, if everything's green, then you can click submit. That means you're done. And then once you click submit, all of these will like go like into another section saying that you completed it.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, of course. All right, I've got nobody else that has raised their hand. When filling out a 1040 to the best of your ability, what must you fill out? So I mentioned this earlier that this, if you go to financial needs specifics, if you click this, it will it highlights all the parts of the 1040 that we need to see. So just take a look at that document. Next. Oh, this must be a specific situation. Well, I'll let somebody else answer that. But are there any other questions? We have 5 minutes left. And sorry if you hear my cat in the background. He's screaming. So hopefully it's not anything bad. He's just crying. But if there's any other questions, you can feel free to raise your hand. Oh, wait, here's another one. What is the cost STEM versus language programs? So if you're trying to look at cost to determine the amount, what I suggest you to do is to take a look at our, not letting me, take a look at our program search page. Here you can find all 67 programs we have available. If you click their specific web page, then you can find cost, you can find program overview, destination, everything you need to know about the program. So I'll put that link in the chat. But any other application related questions? Oh, wow, awesome. Well, if there's no other questions, if you have a very specific question that we couldn't answer today, I suggest that you email our email and we'll try our best to, answer it when we're back in. If you had any non-application related questions, oh, Tal Greenstein, do you want to go? Sorry. Okay, I asked you to unmute.
Hey, can you hear me?
Oh, yes, I can hear you.
Okay, sorry. I joined late, sorry. So just a quick question. I just now realizing today's the day, the last date for, I understand, to get a scholarship. And this is for starting for like fall of next year as well? Or just for the spring?
This is for our summer abroad programs. So this is for this summer. We do have a high school semester abroad programs as well, but that's a whole separate thing. If you want to just Google CIEE high school semester abroad,
okay, I
you
think
can
that's
find
what
some
my
more
daughter
information.
Yeah, I think that's what my daughter is all about. And I just got this email and I wasn't sure if it's connected or not. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, no worries. And I also put our email in the chat. So if you want to email us too, one of our semester abroad coordinators can connect with you.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Alrighty. And then for Vara, if you want to go. Oh, I have to ask you to mute. Okay.
Yes, one more question. I just want to clarify, should I get an confirmation email if I submit the form because I have not received it?
Submit what form? Like your application
Yes.
or?
Yes, the application.
I don't think that's, correct me if I'm wrong, Nicola, Skylar, Chandra, or Kiara. I don't think that they get an email once they complete it, do they?
No, it just says in your application, you will hear from us shortly.
Oh, okay. That's
There's
what it
no-
says for me. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Awesome. Yay, you're all done with the application. Okay. Any other questions in the last 2 minutes? Kimberly. Kimberly will be our last question. Oh, wait, hold on. Okay, here we go. All right, I think I
Hi.
asked, okay.
Oh,
Sorry.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to check, for a high school freshman, should the GPA calculation be the 8th grade and the first semester of 9th grade totaled in the?
Yeah, I believe it just should be his 9th grade GPA. So just whatever his GPA is in high school right now.
Okay, and then just send the 8th grade report card.
Yeah, just upload that. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Okay. Okay. Anna Clara Dutra, you could be our last question.
Hi, so I'm having like some trouble with the signature my mom is trying to sign, and like I don't know if it's something with the website.
So did you go to CIE terms and conditions, put your mom's email, put her
Yeah, so
information?
I've never done that. As I said, like I don't know if it's applying for the merit one. I don't have this in my account, but my mom is able she's already like reading and signing up in her account. But I don't know why when we click like for the signature, nothing happens. And like it doesn't allow us to sign.
So what's probably happening is you're in your account. Are you in your account trying to sign it?
No, my mom's account. She's in her
And
account.
your mom sees her like, this is my name, so it says your mom sees her name right here.
Yes. Yes.
Okay,
Did
so
you
if
already
she's,
fill out your part in your application?
yeah.
Oh, she has to see her name, my mom's name.
So I know that this is my account because my name's right here. Is her name right here or is it your name?
It's my name.
So that means that you're in your account and it's not gonna let you sign like the parent signature in your account. So your mom's gonna have to sign into her account.
So if
Okay.
you put in her name and email, she should receive an email with instructions to log into her account, and then she'll see the signature section in there.
Okay.
You should see a task like this. Great. All right, and assuming that we answered your question. So, all right, it is 9:01 Eastern time. So I am going to end our call. So Nicole, Skylar, Chandra, and Kiara. Oh, is Kiara still here? Well, if you all want to have any last minute things that I missed, thank you so much for helping. But if anybody has any last minute things to say.
Thank you, Madeline. That was awesome. And all of you that still have some remaining tasks, please work on them through the evening. Give it your best shot. If there's a few tasks that were out of your control that you're waiting for, we possibly will give you time to complete that after the deadline tomorrow. So do your best and work hard on those last minute tasks and give it a shot.
And if anybody has any, I know I see a few hands raised. For any questions, I put our email in the chat. I'll also put our phone number, which is 866-583-0332. We're open tomorrow from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern time. So if you want to give us a call, give us a call. Or you could also send an email. for your questions. But thanks everybody for coming, and thanks Skylar, thank you Nicole, thank you Chandra for helping me.